The situation in the Middle East remains volatile as tensions between the United States and Iran continue to escalate with significant consequences for both nations. The ongoing conflict has already resulted in substantial losses for U.S. military forces as discussions of further escalation, including the possibility of a ground invasion, persist. According to recent Pentagon figures, the number of U.S. service members wounded in the Iran conflict has risen to 365, a stark reminder of the human cost of military engagement. This figure includes 247 Army personnel, 63 Navy personnel, 90 Marines, and 36 Air Force personnel. The official death toll for American forces remains at 13, despite differing reports from Iranian authorities who claim the losses are much higher. Iran has issued strong warnings to the United States regarding any potential ground invasion, emphasizing the heavy military costs such an action would entail. An Iranian spokesperson stated, "I do not think they would dare to do such a thing as ground warfare. They would face very heavy losses in ground warfare. We are even more prepared and better equipped." The conflict has seen a series of operational setbacks for the U.S. military in the region, highlighted by the recent downing of an American F-15E fighter jet over Iranian airspace. The aircraft's 2 crew members managed to eject, but while one was rescued, the fate of the second remains unknown. Rescue efforts were hampered as additional U.S. military helicopters and aircraft came under Iranian fire. Despite these challenges, President Donald Trump has remained steadfast in his approach, asserting that the downing of the F-15E will not derail ongoing peace talks with Iran. However, diplomatic efforts have faced significant hurdles, with Iran rejecting Trump's proposed 14-point plan aimed at resolving the conflict. Iran has articulated its conditions for ending the war, which include the cessation of hostilities, not only in Iran, but across the region, along with guarantees against future aggression and compensation for damages inflicted. "We do not accept a ceasefire. Rather, we seek a complete end to the war," said an Iranian official. The situation remains tense, with both sides showing little willingness to back down. Amidst the ongoing military confrontation, Iran has taken a firm stance on the strategic Strait of Hormuz, a critical choke point for global oil shipments. Iran has asserted that the strait falls within its internal waters and those of Oman, and has closed it to ships belonging to nations at war with Iran. "In wartime, we cannot allow our enemies to use our internal waters for transit," they affirmed. In the face of Iran's defiance, President Trump has expressed confidence in the U.S. military's capabilities and the progress of Operation Epic Fury. "We totally obliterated those nuclear sites," he declared, referring to efforts to dismantle Iran's nuclear capabilities and its missile program, the Opera. ION aims to systematically dismantle Iran's military infrastructure and diminish its ability to support terrorist activities or develop nuclear weapons. Trump emphasized the strategic achievements of the U.S. military, stating their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. He praised the efforts of American forces and reiterated the administration's commitment to completing the mission. "We are going to finish the job. And we're going to finish it very fast." As the conflict continues, the economic implications are being felt domestically, with rising gasoline prices attributed to Iranian attacks on commercial oil tankers. The U.S. administration has accused Iran of launching deranged terror attacks against neighboring countries, further justifying the need to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. President Trump has assured the American public that the United States is well prepared economically to confront this threat and highlighted the strength of the U.S. economy. Despite the challenges, Trump remains optimistic about the outcome of the military campaign and the broader strategic objectives in the region. The situation remains fluid, with both nations entrenched in their positions and the possibility of further escalation looming on the horizon. As the conflict unfolds, the world watches closely, aware of the potential ramifications for regional stability and global security. The escalating conflict between the United States and Iran has reached a critical juncture, with significant repercussions for both nations and the broader Middle East region. As tensions continue to rise, the possibility of further military escalation looms large, raising concerns about the potential for a wider conflict. The situation has already resulted in substantial losses for the U.S. military. According to recent figures from the Pentagon, 365 American service members have been wounded in the ongoing conflict with IRA, and this figure includes 247 Army personnel, 63 Navy personnel, 90 Marines, and 36 Air Force personnel. The official death toll for U.S. forces stands at 13, though Iran claims the losses are much higher. Iran has issued stark warnings to the United States against launching a ground invasion, emphasizing the heavy military costs such action would entail. An Iranian spokesperson declared, "I do not think they would dare to do such a thing as ground warfare. They would face very heavy losses. In ground warfare, we are even more prepared and better equipped." The conflict has also led to a series of operational setbacks for the U.S. military in the region. A recent incident saw the downing of a U.S. F-15E fighter jet over Iranian airspace. While both crew members ejected, only one was rescued, and the fate of the second remains uncertain. Rescue operations were complicated as additional U.S. military helicopters and aircraft came under Iranian fire. Despite these challenges, U.S. presidents and Donald Trump has maintained a firm stance, asserting that the downing of the F-15E will not derail peace talks with Iran. However, diplomatic efforts have faced significant obstacles, with Iran rejecting Trump's proposed 14-point plan aimed at resolving the conflict. Iran has articulated its conditions for ending the war, which include the cessation of hostilities not only in Iran but across the entire region. They demand comprehensive guarantees against future aggression and compensation for the damages inflicted on Iran. Our conditions for ending the war are completely clear. We do not accept a ceasefire. Rather, we seek a complete end to the war, an Iranian spokesperson stated. Amidst this backdrop, President Trump has claimed that the U.S. military operation against Iran, dubbed Operation Epic Fury, could be completed within the next 2 to 3 weeks. He asserted that the U.S. has totally obliterated Iran's nuclear sites and significantly crippled their military capabilities. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders, Trump stated. The president also highlighted the support of U.S. allies in the Middle East, including Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. He assured these nations that the U.S. would not allow them to be harmed or fail. The conflict has also had economic repercussions, particularly affecting gasoline prices in the U.S. Trump attributed the recent rise in prices to Iranian attacks on commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries, Trump explained. Iran, meanwhile, remains defiant, with officials asserting their readiness to defend their territory against any invasion. They have also stressed that the Strait of Hormuz, a vital oil transit route, is under our control and closed to ships from countries at war with them. Furthermore, the conflict has raised concerns about Iran's nuclear ambitions. Trump claimed that Iran was on the verge of developing nuclear weapons and that their actions posed a significant threat to global security. Asterix's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did with the longest range possible, Asterix. He said, throughout this tense period, both nations have continued to engage in aggressive rhetoric, with each side accusing the other of escalating tensions. The situation in the Middle East remains highly volatile, with the potential for further escalation posing a significant risk to regional and global stability. As the conflict drags on, the international community watches closely, hoping for a diplomatic resolution that could avert further bloodshed and restore peace to a troubled region. However, with both sides holding firm to their positions, a breakthrough in nay. Negotiations remains elusive, leaving the future uncertain and the stakes higher than ever.